Hey, real estate peeps, it's Nina. You know that, I guess, because you're watching my channel. I was thinking thoughts in my car again, which is always a dangerous thing to happen. But I wanted to share one of those with you before I go in here. It is July 9th, which means we are just a tiny bit over halfway through the year. And it might be time to figure out where your New Year's resolutions are. And don't get all depressed and contracted because I said New Year's resolutions and you don't want to think about the fact that you wrote a bunch of them and you don't even remember what they are anymore. Just get them out and take a look at them. You have 6 more months to reach or start to reach those goals. And when I take mine out this afternoon, because what I was actually thinking about was not whether you should do it, it was whether I should do it. One of the things that I'm going to look really carefully at is first of all, do they still resonate? Because sometimes when I look at my New Year's resolutions, I go, yeah, I just wrote that down because I needed something for that category. And the truth is, I don't really care that much about it. And I'm just going to scratch it off and call that a win. If they still resonate, the next question is, so what needed to happen that didn't happen in order for me to get closer to those? And one of the things that I particularly like to look for is what I call hinges, which means littler things that move big things. So, for instance, example, one of the things that I feel like I'm behind on is that my goal for this year was to have 1,000 people attending the nonprofit Real Estate Investor Summit that OREA sponsors and that I'm in charge of getting people to come to. And it's July, and I'm about where I was last July. I've got some great speakers lined up. I've got a little bit of information up on the website. Haven't done a lot to tell people to come, but I'm sure it will be at least as successful as it was last year when we had 800 people. But I don't want 800, I want 1,000 because it's an amazing event, and I think that everybody should come to that event and skip the much less valuable ones that are also out there. So the hinge, as I was thinking about what could I do that would have the most effect on growing the attendance by like more than 20% to go to 800 from 800 to 1,000. And the hinge is I need to hire a really good online marketing person who can take care of funnels and Facebook leads and Google ads and all of that sort of stuff, because it's just not within my area of expertise. So of all of the things that I could be doing, and there's I could make a list of 50 things right now that I could do for that convention that would be useful. That is the hinge, and so that's the one I'm going to work on today. I mean, there's things in my own New Year's resolutions that I know I'm behind on. Like one of them is I'm sorry, I'm getting texts while I'm talking to you. I'm about 10 properties behind where I wanted to be this year in the number of deals I've done, but I'm not going to say that's on purpose. But it was something that I put aside on purpose because I was doing this wholesale school, and I knew once I sat down and mapped it out, I knew that was going to take the better part of my energy for about 2.5 months, and that meant something had to move away, and that thing has been my part of the deal generating thing. So, that was on purpose. When I decided to do wholesaling school, I looked at all of the other goals I had for the year, and I said, which ones of these are going to have to not happen as a result of doing a good job with wholesaling school? And one of those things was the number of deals, and hopefully we can double down after wholesale school's over in August and catch back up again. But my point is, please don't let things that are important to you, that are going to move the needle of your life, disappear off your to-do list because you just aren't paying attention. If you're gonna push them aside, do it on purpose, for a good reason, for a better reason, and just make sure life's just not happening to you. Okay, so If you stopped and went ahead and looked at your New Year's resolutions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if that did you any good, and what you plan to do about making your life and your business what you want it to be this year.